Yep.
To that effect, I wanted to talk about some of the complexities of developing applications on, XR applications on various
Hmm.
platforms. What I've seen is, with our own team, we have UI, UX designers, subject matter experts. Say if you're building training module, we are looking at instructional designers. We have 3D artists, we have programmers, testers, and finally the user. All of them, they have to come together. We are using various tools. UI UX designers use storyboard, subject matter experts and instructional designers use different kinds of platforms, and ultimately artists develop it on content development platforms, and all of them need to bring it together, and the programmer is the guy who brings it together
Yeah.
and develop it, and then again give it to all these guys to kind of visualize whether what they have put together is good or not, right? So um, I understand that Byldr has a great solution for this particular problem, and it's the XR collaboration utility. So can you shed more light on this?
Yeah, exactly. The last thing that we want technology to do is to isolate ourselves, right?
Mhm.
And sometimes, it's a little bit worrisome because you see technology heading down a certain direction. You're like, oh, that's looking very dystopian, right? But we believe that mixed reality is ultimately best when it's a social experience, when it's a collaborative experience, which is why we prioritize of all the thousands of features that we could have put into Byldr, among the very first was multi-user and collaboration. Because we do feel that's important. And exactly for the reasons that you were mentioning, Surya, being able to have a designer go in and say, hey, I want this here, and let's put this exhibit right over here, even if it's just a sphere or a cube as a placeholder, right? Or maybe they're importing a drawing that they had done, a sketch earlier, they can put it all around. And then you have somebody else go into that same build, maybe a 3D artist, and they design the actual model, they put it there, they can improve on it. And then you could even have not only this happen sequentially, but then in real time, you can have a whole bunch of people together. And a manager might say, oh, actually, I don't like that there. Let's put that here. Or, hey, can we add this animation? What about some background music? And the developer in real time can import some background music. And you can actually collaborate on building the experience. And not only collaborate while building the experience, but the application that you finally build and deploy can also be a multi-user application. So, 3D model viewer or a multi-user training application. And so that's really it is a core pillar of where, I believe that this technology needs to head, because ultimately, if it's just an isolating experience and it's just you and a VR headset and nobody else
Right.
can see what you're doing, or an AR headset, that's a very lonely experience. It's not something you can easily share. And
Right.
so I'm personally very excited about the collaboration and the ability to bring in multiple people together in the same scene. What's even more amazing is, yeah, you can have people in the same room together collaborating, but
Right.
in this day and age with COVID, and the post-COVID world, we know that's not always the way the world's heading. And so we also have remote collaboration as well. So somebody can be in Japan, somebody else can be in Canada, and somebody else in the UK, and all in the same virtual room collaborating on developing an app together, which I think is pretty cool.
Yes, yeah, that's truly I mean, has been a great experience for us as well. So we've got developers across the globe, and all of them collaborating on Byldr and getting an app. So we did a test, by the way, having developed an application on a PC to having developed the same application with the entire team together on Byldr, and it was phenomenal. I mean, what used to take us a few weeks now took us
Yeah.
a few hours to get done, and that was really, really great to see. Okay, awesome.